Welcome back to Not So Pro Football Talk. We are going to be talking about fantasy once again, like we do every single Tuesday. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I had a great week in fantasy. I won two of my three of my matchups, and I'm feeling good right now. We are entering a very interesting time in Week 14 because there's 6 teams on a bye. So those 6 teams that are on a bye this week are the Colts, the Bears, Packers, the Falcons, Saints, and Commanders. And I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of players on buys this week, so I'm had to be a lot of maneuvering my team around, trying to make the best lineup possible. So I have a lot of pickups to give you guys, a lot of advice to give you guys. So stay tuned throughout the video. We're going to be talking about quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, defenses, giving you guys the whole 9 yards to help you guys create the best possible lineup. So if you have any questions along the way, make sure you guys drop them down in the comments so we can answer them live. We answer every single question for you guys, whether it's live or you're watching this video after we've been live. Go ahead and drop a comment and we will be answering you guys. So right here, we're going to go ahead and get started. First quarterback we're going to be talking about is going to be Tyler Huntley. AJ, you want to talk about this guy?
Tyler Huntley, yes, he did kind of fall as a bust last week ever since Lamar Jackson did go out. But we have seen before countless times, I want to say countless times, but last year when Lamar Jackson went down with an injury, that this guy is a reliable streaming QB for you. Now, Lamar Jackson, it was confirmed that he's going to be out for a few weeks. So Tyler Huntley is a guy to have on your fantasy team, not necessarily replacing a top 5 quarterback, but going to be able to become a top 10, top 15 fantasy quarterback for your team. So I think this guy's an excellent choice to pick up.
I like that. I definitely think he has a lot of talent, so I really like that. Liam says, "What's up, guys? What's up, Liam? Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. And once again, we love you in this chat. If you have any questions about your fantasy lineup this week, go ahead and drop them down in the comments. We'll be happy to answer any question for you. But my next quarterback I'm going to be talking about is going to be Mike freaking White.
Wow.
This guy, he played really, really well against the Minnesota Vikings. Had a chance, was really, really close to potentially upsetting them. He got down to the 1 yard line, but he was not able to. He didn't have that good of a week as he did the week prior when he had 24 points. He had 17 points this week. But if you're trying to stream a quarterback this week, if you had Lamar Jackson, he just went down, and you don't feel good about Tyler Huntley, Mike freaking White is a great option to go with. He does have a tough matchup this next week with the Buffalo Bills. That Bills defense is good, and it is at Buffalo. You know how they get rowdy over there. So this is a guy that you could potentially stream this week.
Nice. I like that. Liam does have a question here. And before we get into this question, Liam, I know you are entering our giveaway. So stay tuned because later in this stream, we will be doing our giveaway live. And I know you're in it. I just put your name down. So stay tuned. But he says Juju, DJ, Hollywood, Pacheco, or Latavius Murray in a flex half PPR league. Now, I like these options. Finally, we're asked a question with some decent options here, right? Half PPR. I'm going to be one and go out on a limb, and this is a limb for me, and choose Hollywood Brown. I'm going to choose Hollywood Brown because I feel like he's going to be back at that number 2 wide receiver position for the Cardinals, and then they have a primetime game. I believe it's on Monday. I hate waiting for Mondays. I really do. So if you're just like me, you don't want to wait for Monday, I'll definitely choose Pacheco over any of those guys. The only reason why I don't like him over Hollywood is because it is a half PPR and Pacheco does not catch any receptions or doesn't get any targets. That's my input.
All right. Pacheco's with the.
He's with the Kansas City Chiefs. He is the running back 1.
Okay. They had the Sunday game, Sunday night game. They're going against the Broncos. I would not start anybody on the Chiefs unless you have a better option. You don't have a better option, in my opinion. I don't like Pacheco against the Broncos. They have a great defense. They keep it low scoring. I have a lot of worries about that. I would go Hollywood or maybe even Juju.
Wow, I think we're all in disagreement here. I, for one, have Latavius Murray starting against the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that he's going to continue his dominance there as the running back one currently for the Broncos. And I think that Latavius Murray is the guy to go with here.
Well, sorry, Liam, that we're all different. So might as well just spin a wheel, throw a dart, see what happens. But I think Reed also had confidence in Hollywood, but it's entirely up to you. Half PPR, Pacheco, you could possibly see him struggle against the Denver Broncos. They do have a good defense. Latavius Murray, if Vince is correct, he will remain as that running back one, aka the bell cow of that horrible offense. But entirely up to you. Half PPR. And like I said, it is out on a limb to choose Hollywood, but good luck. All right,
Alright.
so I also have another quarterback too that you guys can stream. I'm not very high on this guy. I've never been high on this guy ever in my life, but I'm going to talk about Jared Goff. So Jared Goff, he won a game last week, right? They scored so many touchdowns. And Monroe St. Brown was out of his mind, playing to his fullest potential. They had Jameson Williams come in. Yeah, he only played 8 snaps. Not very happy about that, but they're going to ease him into there. But they are going up against the Minnesota Vikings, the guys who you should take seriously. But the one thing that they are not very great at is defending the wide receivers. Fantasy wise, they're horrible against wide receivers. They're averaging wide receivers are averaging around 12 to 15 points against the Minnesota Vikings. And Jared Goff, they're just starting to accept Swift as their RB1. So I could definitely see him slinging that ball with a healthy wide receiver group.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to agree with AJ here, and I don't think it's because Jared Goff is good. I think me and AJ are collective on that. But he is decent in fantasy because his wide receivers are playing insane. Amon Ra, Khalif Raymond, they were catching some of those passes that I saw, and I didn't think they would even come down with them. They were getting hit hard, and they were holding on. So I think Jared Goff is putting it in the right place, but I think the receivers are what's making Jared Goff look amazing.
Liam, you are correct. It is the Chargers and Dolphins. I should have said something earlier. I made a pick'em sheet earlier today. But yeah, it is the Chargers and Dolphins for Sunday night football, which I'd rather watch the Chargers instead of the Chiefs. F the Chiefs. That's just me. I don't have any more quarterbacks.
Cool, cool. I'm not too. I got on a little bit late because of my camera issues. But who did y'all say besides Mike White and Jared Goff?
We also talked about Tyler Huntley.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I have no other ones. I was gonna talk a little bit about Brock Purdy, but I mean, I think AJ is gonna talk about that just enough later on in his
I
other
was I
video.
was gonna say it, but if you want me to, I can talk about him.
Go for it, man. He's your guy right now.
Purdy Brock is what I like to call him. Okay, we had Dreamy Garoppolo, now we got Purdy Brock because he is a very pretty man and he played very pretty when he had to step up and step in for this playoff caliber team. Now, I've been saying this ever since the season started when people are giving me so much crap, aka Reed, about Trey Lance. And I said, listen, whatever quarterback, I appreciate that edit real quick. Whatever quarterback is back there for the San Francisco 49ers just has to be good. That's it. They don't have to be great. They don't have to be amazing. They don't have to be above average. They just have to be good, right? Like I said, it's like playing Warzone with me on your squad. Let me carry your team. This guy has his team. All he has to do is pass the ball, get the ball point A to point B. You got CMC, you got George Kittle, you got Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and then you have the best defense in the league. What else do you need? This guy will score you points. I could guarantee you that. And what I really liked is that he was very confident behind the line. It looked pretty cool, right? Not saying this guy's going to be an all-star, but this guy has a confidence, enough confidence to score you some fantasy points.
All right, but do you think he can score any points this week against the Buccaneers?
100%.
That defense is a lot different than the Miami defense.
I don't think it's as strong as Miami's defense. If you ask me, the Niners went up against the New Orleans Saints 2 weeks ago, which I think they have a very great defense. Then they went up against Miami's defense last week. Now they're going up against Tampa Bay. How do you draw out the drawing board on how to defend the 49ers with Brock Purdy? With the Dolphins, they try to go cover zero and blitz every other play. Did not work out for them. Purdy did very well. So how do you do it? It's up in the air.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, that is true. I think I want to talk about that a little bit. I think the way to stop him is you don't blitz, you cover the heck out of all those weapons that they have, and you make them beat you with the run. Christian McCaffrey is a little banged up. A lot of those running backs are banged up, and Purdy is not. He's a decent running quarterback. I'll give him that. He's no Tom Brady, as slow as molasses, but he can definitely get some good yardage there. But I think that's the way you make the 49ers beat you, as the Buccaneers coming in after a loss or after a good win. Actually, I remember they almost lost, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good game. I think the 49ers win it for sure, but that's probably the only way that anybody wins against the 49ers right now.
Wow, I appreciate that, Vince. It means a lot coming from you. Liam says, I got a 98% chance to win this week. My opponent hasn't set his lineup up in weeks. I for one, this is a fantasy show, so we're gonna talk fantasy all day long. So I for one, I don't like people who don't adjust their fantasy lineups, and it's cool, free win, whatnot. But especially if you got money on there, especially if you got a trophy, if you got disciplinary rules, you got to make it exciting, right? There's no fun whenever you're playing your little brother at 2K and you're just beating the snot out of him 170 to 14, right? That's not even cool anymore. You get tired of it. It's like having cheat codes in the game. I don't like that. He's projected to get 44 points and you're projected to get 132. Hey, beat the snot out of him, man, and let him know about it. Okay, I don't care if he says that. Oh, I don't care. Not let him know. Put it inside a group chat. Make him feel bad. Get him out of that league next year. I went on a little rant, but it's all right. I recently went up against a guy who didn't adjust his lineup, and I'm going to have a little talk with this individual who's in the NSP league.
Ooh.
Yeah. I know. Well, I guess that's it for cornerbacks. Anyone else want to move on to running backs, or are we moving on to some wide receivers?
I got two running backs to talk about. I don't know if Reed has any, but I'll go ahead and start as of now. The one guy I want to talk about is James Cook. AJ has been high on this guy for a while, and he finally showed up to play. I mean, he had 14 rushes for 64 yards, and he had 6 targets where he got 41 yards on passing. So, I mean, he's doing very well right now. He scored 16.5 points against the number 2 ranked defense against running backs, which was the Patriots. But now he's got a good matchup coming in. He's going against the Jets, who are middle of the pack, basically, against running backs. And then he's got the Dolphins, who are also middle of the pack. So I think if they continue to use him on that stacked Bills offense, I think it just benefits the Bills a lot because they're not playing like they usually have, and they're not throwing the ball deep pretty accurately right now. Josh Allen just can't do it for some reason. Don't know what's going on with him and the connection with his receivers, but James Cook is definitely taking advantage. So I think if they keep utilizing him, he should be a guy to have in the flex position for the next few weeks. But go ahead. I want to see that comment.
Sorry, Liam Backus has another comment saying, CMC going to get better or worse with Purdy? Definitely got more touches when Purdy was in, even when he was on a snap count. Let me tell you, CMC is looking pretty good in fantasy right now. Yep. No pun intended, right? But this is a pattern that comes with the Kyle Shanahan system. Whenever a new quarterback comes into the system, there's always a crutch, right? So for Jimmy G, for example, his crutch was George Kittle, and that was a dude, and that's why he became so high in fantasy that one year, and he's always a top 5 fantasy tight end now. Well, this guy's crutch, Purdy's crutch, is CMC. And this guy's going to kill it as far as rushing, as far as targets. You already have Elijah Mitchell out for the season. Rest in peace. But Jordan Mason, the rookie, is going to get very small amount of touches, not 50-50. He's probably going to get 30% of it. But you're going to see CMC getting heavily involved. You just got to watch out for injuries. You should be very excited if you have him. I know I am.
Nice. And as it is right there, the next guy I want to talk about is Ty Johnson. I believe someone on one of our other live shows talked about Ty Johnson and if he's going to be someone who's going to be utilized a lot. And the past 2 games he's gotten 14.8 points and 10.1 points this past week. But it's not that first week it was on the ground. This past week it was in the air. He was a premier catching back. He went 6 for 7 in receptions for 38 yards. So I mean, he did pretty well. Ty Johnson is a guy that the Jets have been utilizing more and more, especially since what's his name, Michael Carter is out. But once he comes back, I see Ty Johnson going back to that regular type of third string running back that he is. He's not going to get too many carries, not going to get too many snaps out there. So as long as Michael Carter is hurt, Zonovan Knight and Ty Johnson will be splitting those carries, but Ty Johnson is most likely going to be the pass catching back from now on.
And you are correct. Bam Knight, also known as Zonovan Knight, will be that first second down guy, which he just played amazing last week. So hopefully you all listened to us last week and told y'all to start Zonovan Knight. And if you did, congratulations. Unless you're Reed and have Joe Mixon score 66 points and lose, you guys should have won that game. But I had to bring it up, Reed. I had to bring it up.
That was weeks ago.
I know, but that still amazes me to this day. Like, wow. But to this day, right? But I got another guy I want to talk about, and I didn't want to talk about him. I was going to let someone else talk about him because I want to talk about James Cook, but I want to talk about Cam Akers. Okay, so like I said, this is a fantasy show, right? So we are here to help you out. Cam Akers is owned in less than 50% of leagues. So that's why I'm bringing him up. I feel like I'll be doing a disservice if I did not bring him up. So Cam Akers had 17 carries. Yes, 17 carries with multiple rushing touchdowns. Two rushing touchdowns. They got no offense. Now they have Baker Mayfield, which those sorry sons of you-know-whats of a team did it just to get at the Niners. And as far as the backfield, they solidified their backfield, right? Cam Akers is that first, second down back, while Kyron Williams will be that pass catching back coming in on third downs, the cleanup crew, basically. So Cam Akers, it looks like he's going to be getting the amount of carries. I see this guy as an Isaiah Pacheco. So if you are in a PPR league or even a half PPR league, this guy's not that appealing. Non-PPR leagues, this guy's pretty cool, right? And to top it all off, he's in the green rest of the season, except for week 16. So he has a very favorable playoff matchups, except week 16 against the Denver Broncos, which I wouldn't worry entirely too much about that. But Cam Akers, if you're desperate, if you have too many players on bye, which there's a lot of players on bye this week, he's available. Go check him out. Ooh. Nice. Is Swift a must start going forward? Oof. I think I know the answer to this.
I'm still 50-50 on it. One week won't turn me over to making him a for sure starter, but I mean he could totally prove me wrong and just take over that backfield now that they're confident with him. But yeah,
in my opinion, as of right now, he is the starter for the Detroit Lions. And he will continue to be the starter until he messes up or until he gets injured. I think the Detroit Lions are giving him this last chance, right? Hey, man, we let you sit in the backfield. We let you get limited reps. Show us that you deserve this running back one spot. I don't think Swift is going to let that go. I think he's going to go out there full throttle and lead that team. Hopefully, I'm a Swift guy. So, like I said, it could go either way. But as a must start, if you can, wait one more week. If you're asking me, I'm pretty sure you can't because you got a lot of guys on bye. So flex position at best.
I agree with that.
What do you think, Reed?
I definitely agree with that. He's not a must start. He's just a start right now. If there's a difference in language there. Jamal Williams, at the end of the day, he's the touchdown person for that team. He has more touchdowns than I think anybody else in the league right now, right?
11, I think.
I think it was 14.
14.
Let me double check. I can pull it up right now. But Jamal Williams is a touchdown monster, and that's what I'm scared about moving forward. Doing quick math, 8, 9, 12. Yeah, that's 14. Jeez. 14 touchdowns on the year.
Wow.
Am I counting? That's true. Yeah, that's all the touchdowns.
That's bigger than my record. Jeez, good for him.
Yep.
It's wild. Is that including like pass catching touchdowns?
He
too?
doesn't have any pass catching touchdowns. That's what I double checked, but it's all rushing. So that's my worry about DeAndre Swift. I mean, he did good this past week, but Jamal Williams still had a touchdown last week, and they're going to continue giving him ball at the goal line, and that's what worries me as far as DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Jamal Williams, he's great, but do you consider him as touchdown reliant, right? In order to be relevant in fantasy football, I think I can consider that for him,
Yes.
but Swift, on the other hand, he should be getting those carries from now on, giving him opportunities to get the yardage, to get a possible touchdown, but to be getting those points for fantasy football. So, I mean, that's why I like it. I don't like running with guys who are touchdown reliant, like such as Gabe Davis, and I can't think of anyone else right now.
James Conner.
Okay, hey, I wouldn't say James Conner, right? Liam says, my team is finally healthy. Herbert, Keenan, Godwin, CMC, Zeke, Mark Andrews, Hollywood, DJ, and Pacheco. Wow, that looks like a pretty
Nice.
solid team. I
Yeah.
love that you have Godwin on there. That guy's just a stud. I can't believe they took away that touchdown yesterday. It was lime time, but
I was so mad. I was like, wow.
But CMC is pretty damn good. Mark Andrews, he looks like he should be that crutch for Tyler Huntley going forward, or at least in the next 3 weeks. But I like this. I like this a lot. 12-man league,
especially in a 12-man.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive. I like that, Liam. Congrats. But there's a couple of quick running backs I do want to mention just in case of injury. Okay, I'm not going to mention Samaje Perine because I do believe Joe Mixon is back at it. But you got Bam Knight, what we've been talking about, only if Michael Carter is injured. Jordan Mason, some guy that you want to stash just in case CMC gets injured. DJ Dallas, I know he's dealing with an injury right now, but he will be the running back 2 for Seattle. I think Vince could agree there. And another guy, which probably you won't need, is AJ Dillon. AJ Dillon is a stud of a player. He goes out there, he scores points. He is the next Aaron Jones for that team. But the Packers are on a bye week, so I highly doubt Aaron Jones will miss any time. So that's just one guy to keep an eye on just in case that injury is a little more serious than what we expect it to be.
Nice.
I think it's the first time I talked about the Packers and Reed nodded his head in agreement.
Yep.
So I like that.
Everything said it was correct.
William Watkins says, do you think Waller is coming back this week?
I think even if he does, he's not a start.
you hit it. We said this yesterday or a couple of days ago. I don't feel like it matters if he comes back. Darren Waller's had a few good games, but the Raiders are so far ahead now with just Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams that I think Waller's going to become a little more irrelevant when it comes to fantasy football. And of course, we can go back in time and say I'm a clown for saying this, but I don't think Waller will take that great in effect for your fantasy football team. I got him in one of my fantasy leagues, and he's just been nothing but disappointing. I still have him on the bench because of that slight hope, but I don't think he's coming back, just to answer your question.
No, he's not coming back. He's still on IR right now. He may be able to get activated next week for week 15, but that's a perhaps. I would say he's like 75, 50% not going to play week 15. So you're looking maybe at a week 16 start for Waller.
Liam says, who would you drop to stash Jordan Mason? Juju, Latavius Murray, DJ, or Deshaun? Deshaun was a total, it was a carnival show out there in Cleveland, right? So I think that's the least amount of, what would you call that? Of regret that you can go for. Because you do have Justin Herbert, from what I remember you just said. So Justin Herbert is a solid QB. Deshaun Watson, there's a slight possibility, a sliver of a chance that he can be a top 5 fantasy quarterback. Like I said, a sliver of a chance. If you really want to hold on to him, I would say, in my honest opinion, Latavius Murray, because of Boone coming in and might affect that. But like Vince said, there's a possibility where it doesn't affect it, and Latavius Murray is the number 1 guy going forward.
Yeah, man. I think I would just go Deshaun because, in my opinion, I don't see him becoming a top 5 QB. And with Justin Herbert there, I think you're good in that area. I do agree with AJ that Mike Boone coming back could dip into Latavius Murray's production, but I think Latavius Murray will still get, or he'll still be more beneficial to you than Deshaun Watson will be. But yeah, in my opinion, it's Deshaun Watson.
Did y'all see that stat that the Cowboys have scored 54 points at Monday Night Football? And for the whole season, the Broncos only scored like 42 or something like that.
Jeez.
That's pretty bad.
It's really bad.
Gosh. Frankie Martinez, appreciate you being here, Frankie. I just want to say for those y'all, because I know you entered into our giveaway as well, we will be announcing the winner of our giveaway during this video, so stay tuned if you can. He says Christian Kirk or Brandon Ayuk this week. See, Brandon Ayuk is going up against the defense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Jaguars are going against the Tennessee Titans.
Yep.
So, I mean, Vince and I said this the last time, right? It's either going to be Christian Kirk or Zay Jones. You pick your poison, but one of those guys is scoring close to 20 points, but we don't know who. Brandon Ayuk, I think now with Brock Purdy there's a little more concern. I felt like Brandon Ayuk and Jimmy G had that connection where he just finds him out of nowhere. We don't know what we're going to get from Brock Purdy. And plus, there's so many mouths to feed as far as George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and now CMC is heavily involved in the target game. I would honestly go with Christian Kirk.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree there. This past game, Christian Kirk got about like 12 targets, I think. He got a lot of receptions, and then Zay Jones got 7, but he only caught 2 of them. So they're both getting the amount of their production is gonna be good. So I think Christian Kirk, even if Zay Jones gets a lot of catches, Christian Kirk will get his as well. So I think that's the better play.
All right, I think Reed agrees there.
Yeah, I agree. Christian Kirk.
William Watkins, is Josh Palmer droppable now? We said that once Keenan Allen and Mike Williams both come back, that he will be droppable. I know Mike Williams is. I don't know if he's on the IR still or still injured, but
I think he is. Yeah, it was a high ankle sprain, so I know with him, his body is horrible at healing up.
Yeah.
So I know he's not going to be 100%, even if he does come back. I wouldn't drop Josh Palmer now just for the fact that I probably think Mike Williams will get hurt again, honestly, sometime within these next 4 weeks. So he might help you out in the playoffs. So I would say keep him on the bench.
Unless you got someone great on the waivers, yeah. I mean, Josh Palmer at best is a low tier flex position, in my opinion. Low tier.
Agreed.
Liam, only reason I'm not keen on dropping Deshaun is that guy I'm set to play in fantasy playoffs has Mariota and Kirk at QB, so he might snag him.
Let him.
I think that's the best possibility.
Let him do it.
Put it in your group chat. Be like, oh, man, hard decisions. I'm going to have to drop Deshaun. Gosh, hopefully no one picks him up, right?
At him.
At him, right? So that he could, question himself about it. Get in his head. Beat him before the game even starts.
Yeah. The most I ever see Deshaun scoring on a regular basis is about 17 points, and that's if everything starts clicking. And right now, nothing's clicking at all. So I say drop him, let him pick him up if you think he will. But if you're scared of your opponent getting 17 points, then keep him. But yeah.
Yeah, and I think he could honestly get that with Kirk. I mean, Kirk's been a consistent 17 points, so I think if he picks up Deshaun Watson, he's just doing an even swap.
Well, it just depends. Does Kirk have a primetime game that night? Ooh. I don't know, but yeah, sounds good. Awesome. I appreciate you asking us all these questions. We could go ahead and walk into the wide receiver room, and I don't have a lot of wide receivers to talk about. I do have one guy. This guy's ready. He has some guys. Let me see if he's on here. I don't think so. But Jahan Dotson, rookie, Washington Commandos. He's finally healthy, so looks like he's doing decent. He is still the wide receiver 2.5, 3. I don't know because they like to use Curtis Samuel a lot, right? But this past game, he was only what did I put down here? One reception. Not no, yeah, no. Sorry, he was one snap behind the usage of Terry McLaurin. So Terry McLaurin, for example, played 56 snaps. Jahan Dotson played 55. So that's very important, right? So he's involved. He had 9 receptions compared to Terry McLaurin's 12 compared to Curtis Samuel's 7. This is where it gets a little hazy, right? This could be only because they went to overtime. So this is not a guy that you plug and play, right? You could pick him off of waivers because he has a slight upside to become that wide receiver 2 and get the targets that could potentially lead him to a reliable fantasy flex. But this is a good guy to stash. Not saying he's a plug and play guy. That's all I'm doing here.
Nice. Well, Reed, do you have any wide receivers to talk about?
Not really, no.
Okay, let me go down my list I got here. Honestly, so I want to start with Mac Hollins. He's only owned in 4% of rosters in the NFL Fantasy app, but he's been putting up amazing points these past 3 weeks. I'll switch out my word amazing with good points because he scored 11 points on Denver's defense, who is number 2 against wide receivers. He scored 16 on the Seattle defense, which is number 7 against receivers. And then this past week, he scored 8 against the number 12 ranked defense against receivers. Now he goes up against the horrible Rams this week, who are ranked 26th. And he's been getting a consistent 4, 5, 6 receptions in those past 3 games. So I see him continuing to do that. He has not scored any touchdowns. I think he did score a touchdown against the Seahawks. I am mistaken there. But he's a decent receiver. So if you really need help in some of those big leagues where you have a 12-man, 14-man league, and this guy is still there, he's a guy to have on your bench just going into the playoffs because the last 3 weeks he goes against the 30th ranked, 23rd ranked, and 28th ranked defense. So that's great for playoff seedings right there. Next guy I would like to talk about is DJ Chark. AJ, I know you like DJ Chark, and he was kind of non-existent this past season until now. But this past week he scored 14.8 points, and last week he scored 9.8. So he goes up against Minnesota, who's the 31st ranked defense against wide receivers. And I see him continuing that production. He's been playing a lot of snaps for the Lions. And I know Jameson Williams is coming back, but Jameson Williams does not take his position here. He takes the position of Khalif Raymond, who only got 2 receptions last week because of Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams only played 8 snaps, but I see that going higher, and I see Khalif Raymond exiting the Lions offense slowly but surely. But DJ Chark will stay, and I think having Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown, they're going to take up those good cornerbacks. DJ Chark is going to be open a good amount of time. So pick him up. He's only rostered in 10% of leagues. I guess we'll talk about another old guy, Corey Davis for the Jets. He's been doing pretty decent this past season, but he had a really bad dry spell. But this past week, he had 10 targets for the Jets. Mike freaking White was loving Corey Davis for some reason. I don't know why. But he got 5 catches on that against the 31st ranked Minnesota defense. Now they go up against the Buffalo Bills, who are 22nd ranked. And I see him continuing a little bit of that production, but be wary. He hasn't had a touchdown since like the first 8 weeks. So Corey Davis is not a guy to plug and play right now, but he does have good matchups in week 15 and 16 against Detroit and Jacksonville. So if you do roster him, he could be a guy to turn up in those in the next 3 weeks. But other than that, I mean, I only want to talk about Darius Slayton. The next guy I have up there, I'll let you guys talk about him if you want to. I don't really like the guy. But Darius Slayton, I've been talking about him since week 8. He's amazing. He only has 1 game in that span where he did not get 10 points, and he got 9.3 points. Everything else is 18, 13, 15, 11. He's a guy who should be rostered on every single league, but for some reason he is not. Right now, he's only rostered in 19.4% of leagues, so he might not be out there for some of y'all. But if he is a guy to start because he's even getting amazing points against top 10 ranked defenses against wide receiver. So Darius Slayton's out there. Pick him up, stash him. He's going to be good for the rest of the year.
Nice. I like that. And before we continue, Liam is asking Chargers playoff chances. It's slim. I mean, it's possible, right? It's possible for the Chargers to go out there. They have to win. They can't screw up now, okay? Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they are one game away from playoffs contention right now. So real quick, let's talk about the AFC then. You got the Bills, Dolphins are doing good. The Niners helped y'all out by beating the Doonies out of them. You also got Chiefs out there who are doing great. That's also in the Chargers division. Ravens and Titans who are leading their division. And now that 7 teams are getting in there, I believe the AFC East is like the new NFC West, right? So I think 3 of those teams have a great chance of making it in there, but you don't want that. You need to knock off the Jets, and the Jets have a tough game this upcoming week. If am I correct? Right, the Jets
are going against the Bills.
Yeah, see, Jets are going up against the Bills, and it's a divisional game, which is great news for the Chargers. And the Chargers are going up against the Dolphins, so that's a very important game. If the Chargers could pull out a win from the Dolphins, it is huge because now you're winning, beating a team that's in your conference. So that's also going to your tiebreakers. Chargers playoff chances, I would say right now it's a 50-50, honestly. Yep. Because I don't know if the Jets could keep up. If the Jets could keep up and make it to the playoffs, that would be amazing. But I don't know if they can do that.
I agree there. It's going to be a close race between those 2 teams.
Nice. Yeah, man. And then New England is creeping up too. They're 6-6 as well. The Chargers are 6-6. So I mean, they got to outpace the Patriots, who are playing very well right now. They got to outpace. They got to outwin the Jets.
Mac Jones is a bust. He's a bust.
Anyways, yeah, it's going to be a tough race there. Same thing in the NFC. There's a bunch of teams who are equally ranked right now, but this playoffs is going to be awesome, I think so. So we'll see what happens.
The Chargers need Sean Payton. There's a lot of teams that need Sean Payton, a lot. And just a little backstory: the fans over there in Foxborough were chanting, "Bailey Zappi, Bailey Zappi," right? And I should say something. Brandon Staley, Lombardi have overstayed. It's a weird situation over there. You got a talented team, but injuries just kill the Chargers. So let's see if they can pull through from it. But continuing on with wide receivers, I do have one guy, and this guy is mainly for dynasty leagues. There you go, dynasty leagues, and he could possibly have a nice playoff spot for your fantasy league. Very slim chance, but Jameson Williams coming out for the Detroit Lions. He came out for the first time last week, only played 8 snaps, which wasn't very fond of, but I can agree with because you want to ease him into there. This guy was the most talented wide receiver coming out of that draft class. Now, when he's healthy, he could cause havoc. And I'm talking Jamar Chase level havoc, even better than Jamar Chase. I'm saying it, you guys. This guy is amazing. He's really good. Of course, we haven't seen him coming off of this injury, but he has a lot of potential. I'm not saying he's going to take a Amon-Ra St. Brown spot, but he could possibly be like the next Chris Godwin. So I like this guy. Yeah. Jameson Williams. He's available. That's all I got. I mean,
nice. Yeah, I agree with you there. I love Jameson Williams. I stashed him on 2 leagues, like I said last week. So I'm just waiting for playoffs. Right now, I'm in like the 6th position in like 3 leagues, and then 2 of the leagues I'm set in the playoffs. So I'm trying to squeak in there with Jameson Williams and see what he can do for me.
Very nice, very nice.
I guess we'll go ahead and move on to Vince's favorite category, the tight end position. Now, I found it. I was doing a lot of research, Vince, right, when I was doing my notes. I found it very difficult to find any tight ends that I actually liked, right?
Yeah. Honestly, it's hard right now.
It's tough. And to be honest with you, there's only one tight end that I put on my list. I don't know if you saw my video, but I did release a waiver wire pickup video earlier today, which I know my friends don't watch. But
I already watched it.
But
I was your first viewer.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Welcome.
I did talk about one tight end and one tight end only. Hate the offense, the poorest offense in the league, second to the Texans. But I got Greg Dulcich or Dulcich, whatever you want to call him. Right. The only reason why I have him on here, Jerry Jeudy injured, Sutton injured, Hamler injured, Patrick injured. The whole wide receiver room is injured. Who is Russell Wilson going to throw it to if he learns how to throw the ball again? And that's going to be Dulcich, right? You gotta get him at least for this week. He should be somewhat effective for your fantasy team. Somewhat, right? Like I said, it was extremely difficult finding any tight ends this week, but you could take it away, Vince.
Yeah, man, I'd have to agree with you there. I did not watch the video because I had a final today at 1, so I was studying hard, But
Whatever.
anyways, I had Greg Dulcich as well. He's the only guy out there who, when he gets going, he stays going. The last time he had this type of production was way back in week 6, 7, and 8, and then he fell off the planet of Russell Wilson and his Mr. What does he call himself? I don't even want to say it.
Dangerous.
Yeah, I mean he has so many names for himself, but he goes up against Kansas City Chiefs, and I agree with you there. I think he could keep this momentum going with everybody injured. But a guy I want to talk about, he's probably on there. He's only owned in 33.8% of leagues. Is Evan Ingram. He's another guy who, when he gets going, he stays going for about a week or two. So this past week, he got 14 points against Detroit, and he has another easy matchup against the Titans. So I see Trevor Lawrence going in there after they got the Doonies beat out of them. It was such a horrible game. But he's going against Tennessee. Tennessee is also not playing at their best at this point in time. So I could see Evan Ingram coming in there and being a factor the way Trevor Lawrence is throwing the ball. Hopefully he's healthy enough to be active again, because Trevor Lawrence does have a questionable tag on him right now. But Evan Ingram is going to get passes. He's a fast tight end. He's shifty, and he's like a big wide receiver, but just a tight end position. So I see him doing some work. Another guy I want to talk about is Cade Otton that we just saw last night. He was the crutch for Tom Brady when Tom Brady didn't know how to throw the ball in the second and third quarter. I mean, he had 10 targets. He had 6 receptions for only 28 yards, which is insane. But if you are in a PPR league, Cade Otton is the guy to have. He scored 14.8 points yesterday because of that touchdown. So when he gets going, because he has been injured for the past 2 weeks when they hit their bye week, he should be a guy to reckon with, especially going against the San Francisco 49ers, where Tom Brady is going to need another crutch because he just doesn't know how to throw the ball in the first, second, and third quarter until it becomes prime time or Doritos crunch time,
Oh my gosh.
We're throwing that way back into the Madden days. But yeah, I think Cade Otton could possibly put up some points against the Niners. A touchdown might be too much to ask for, but if you are in a PPR league, Cade Otton might get you 6 to 8 points.
I can see that. Respectable. Liam is asking, what do y'all think about Baker on the Rams? Seems like adding him just makes them worse. The Rams are frauds, okay? I've been saying that since day one. They are frauds. They never should have won a Super Bowl. I'm not getting into that deep, okay? I'm not that deep. But I feel like it was personal, right? Because the Rams were after Matthew Stafford, so were the Niners. Rams got him. The Rams were after Odell Beckham, so were the Niners. Rams got him. The Rams are after CMC, so were the Niners. Niners got him, right? And now the Niners have a legitimate chance of making it to playoffs, maybe even further, and they just lost their starting QB, which coincidentally, as soon as Jimmy G went down and was announced that he was done for the season, Baker Mayfield requested to be let go of the team, coincidentally, right? I think the Rams just picked it up just so that the Niners are not able to get him off of waiver wires. But they're not going to help him. He's not going to help him out whatsoever.
Wow. AJ sounds really jealous right now. That's all I heard from that rant. As far as
I don't know.
Okay.
I thought I could rock it.
You still can, AJ. You still can.
Thanks.
Right.
Liam,
so the question is, what do you think about Baker on the Rams? Who said, and do you think adding him makes them worse? Who says he even starts? Who says he even gets on the field? At the end of the day, he's not going to start this week. He has to learn the whole system. He'll be lucky if he played next week. And if they like what they see out of their backup, I forget his name off the top of my head.
Wolford?
Wow.
Woodford, yeah. This is a guy Sean. I believe Sean McVay says he really likes. I would be very surprised if Baker goes out there and actually wins the starting job.
I think he will win the starting job.
Okay.
I think he'll probably be the best quarterback in that quarterback room.
His attitude kind of fits with the team,
trash.
Yeah.
Trash.
Yeah, exact. Great job. It sounds good. But yeah, no, it turns out the Niners here put in a waiver request for him. So I was kind of surprised. Yeah, very interesting. So good for that, right? But I guess that's it for tight ends. And honestly, when you look at defenses, which is my favorite category, defenses, I don't see a lot that I like. I know one for sure, believe it or not, are the Raiders, right? I kind of like the Raiders defense going against the Rams. The Rams offense hasn't been able to do anything. I know Cam Akers, we talked about him earlier, getting 17 carries, but for me, that's not enough to justify to sit down the defense against them. So I like the Raiders going up against the Rams. I also like the Chiefs going up against Denver because as we talked about all video long, Denver doesn't have an offense. They can't find the end zone. So what's going to stop the Chiefs from scoring 10 to 15 points? Russell Wilson? I don't think that's dangerous. But I like the Raiders and the Chiefs. You guys like any other matchups going on for fantasy?
Honestly, not right now. The only other team that I would probably want to pick up is probably the Bengals. They're going to go against the Browns and Deshaun Watson. I think the Bengals really can, and any other team who's going to play against the Browns right now can take advantage of Deshaun Watson. He's rusty, man. He only plays against the practice squad right now since he got basically reinstated off of that, off of all those issues, But anyways, I think this week is kind of tough on matchups. If you can get the Cowboys maybe against the Texans, I doubt that. But yeah, other than that, there's not too many out there as of now for this week.
Nice. So the Raiders got 5 sacks against the Chargers O-line. Imagine how many they could get against the Rams. That's insane. Yeah, but I think they could just demolish them. Rave, what's up, man? How you doing? Congratulations on your fantasy win last night. We were all watching the game, and as soon as we saw that touchdown, I believe you sent us you sent us a Discord chat, which I responded to. Congratulations, man. I'm so happy that you won. I don't know if these guys won their bets though. I didn't make it in time to make a bet.
I don't think so.
But
Did not.
But hey, man, maybe we should do that. We should get you guys involved and make some bets with y'all. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's rest or peace, our bets. Not very much going on. But what do you guys think? Should we do the giveaway or should we wait a little bit longer?
I say we go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and set it up right here. And this is the wheel. This is the big wheel. I did put everyone on there. So if you guys are watching this right now, I will give one more chance. Hurry up. Just comment right here in this video, in this live stream. Comment done. Make sure you're subscribed, okay? Comment done, and I will add your name as I am talking right now. So you have a little bit of time. Keep on going. You could go ahead and find your name on here. You have any other fantasy questions, go ahead and ask us. Liam is getting a little excited here. He said, let's go, baby. I'm feeling it. Yeah, are you him? Are you that guy? I don't know. We'll see what happens. This is 100% legit. I can't alter this. I really don't know how.
I feel like you're missing a name, AJ.
Yeah, I feel like you're missing another name too,
Where's Reed's name?
Yeah, where's Vince the Prince?
Liam says, I am him.
Dude, what? Where's my name? I entered. I'm subscribed. I said done on the video. Let's go. I'm taking all the prizes for you guys. Hey, if I win, I will be giving it to charity, okay? All right.
You will be giving it to charity.
Liam says no, we can't enter.
Lowers
Hey,
my-
guys, we will do a respin if we win.
if
Obviously,
we win, yeah, we
if
will not
Vince
be on.
and Reed wins, we would do a respin, or I
I
think they're
just-
going to volunteer themselves to buy a whole new jersey themselves.
I don't know. I mean,
for
I see
entry.
Armando Alvarado, your name on there, AJ.
That is not me though.
Uh-huh.
Liam
Uh-huh.
says I am charity. Hey, Armando is a separate account who is legitimately. He asks this question on fantasy football all the time.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Hey, oh, by the way, I see that we got a lot of live viewers right now. Just like I said, just comment done. I'm going to put you into this giveaway right now. I know I'm kind of like lagging this out, but I want everyone to have a chance to win this. Awesome. Oh, I got it right here. This, I'm going to say Charvarius Ward, LOL. Xavier Howard autographed jersey. It does come with a letter of authenticity, which is right here. You guys are more than welcome to enter into this giveaway that we're about to give out right now. All you have to do is comment done and then make sure you're subscribed. But let me get back here. Let me hide all the names so no one cheats here. I guess we could go, right?
Yeah.
All right. You guys want to keep on tradition?
Yes.
Okay, y'all do it. Y'all do it.
Spin.
That.
Wheel.
Y'all need to get better at that, dude. Y'all need to
Why?
get way better at that. Come on, man.
It was Vincent. He was lagging behind. And
Oh, look at that. Joshua JP33. Joshua JP33, congratulations. You just won this Xavier Howard. I believe you're on TikTok, right? So I got to find you. I'll DM you or you DM us, Joshua JP33. Congratulations. You won this jersey. Next giveaway is at 400, okay?
Yes, sir.
tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody to subscribe. And we will be doing another giveaway. Whoa.
Whoa.
You guys didn't even have a second chance. You didn't even win it.
Oh.
Look, I'll do it one more time. One more time. See if these guys have a chance again.
Yeah, man. It's just fate, you know.
Oh, Miss Rave, Miss Wilson, turkey pie. I'm sorry, guys. It's just fate. Sorry. This guy says keep on going to it. If we keep on going to it's you, then we're going to be here forever.
I know.
But, thank you all so much for joining. Honestly, hey, I do want to say this. I was thinking about this today when I was getting a sick pump. Today was arm day, which is my favorite day. But I do want to say huge thank you to people like you guys, to Rave, to Liam. Huge thanks. You guys are the encouragement for us to keep on going, to make these videos, to feel confident about making these videos. And trust me, we'll be doing a lot of giveaways in the future. We've done, from the time we started this podcast, we have already done, well, this is our fifth one.
I think this is our fifth giveaway.
Yeah.
We've done 5 giveaways already. And these are awesome giveaways. I mean, these are authentic autographed jerseys. I don't have these. All right. And so let's go. I'm going to make a 53 other accounts to sub. Hey, make 53 other accounts to sub. We will do another giveaway tomorrow if that's what it takes. Okay. But if you are that on it to win this giveaway, then go right ahead. Singletary or Rashad White? I'll let y'all answer this because my dogs are barking.
I really like Rashad White going forward. What do you think, Vincent?
I'm gonna have to go Rashad White too. I think the Bills have gotten away from actually running the ball heavily like they have been. They're trying to get Josh Allen primed for the playoffs, in my opinion, and they haven't been the same Bills offense that they have been. So they are not keeping it honest by keeping the ball in Singletary's hands. Like we said earlier, James Cook is taking into the production of Singletary as well. So I think Rashad White is definitely the guy to go with here. Even though, what's his name?
Fournette.
Leonard Fournette, Mr. Lenny, he's back. They both got a bunch of points this past week. I believe they were both in double-digit points. In PPR.
They were.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were both utilized, but Rashad White was utilized on that last play in the red zone, which got him all those points. So that's why Rashad White got a lot of points. You were muted, AJ.
Muted, yeah, I know. I was talking to myself. Obviously, that's what I wanted to do.
Oh, yes,
but I like y'all's comments there. I love Rashad White. I was very high on him earlier. Rave says, this is my choose my destiny week. Win, go to the playoffs, or lose and go to the toilet bowl. Hey, man.
No.
How is it your destiny? Well, that's because you joined our podcast mid-season. That's why.
Yeah.
Duh. Well, now you know in the future. Am I right, guys? Zombie K98 waving hi. Hello, Zombie K98. Liam says next giveaway should be a signed Tim Tebow jersey if possible. Honestly, I'll probably get 2 because I'm gonna want one of those for myself. Huge Tim Tebow fan, and honestly, he'll be very disappointed in you for cussing in the live stream. So, if that was you, I think that was brave. Never mind. But yeah, Tim Tebow will be awesome to have. If I can get my hands on that, I will definitely do a giveaway just for you guys. Okay, so that's for you, Liam. DJ Moore, Hollywood, or Palmer, choose 2 for a flex. For sure, Hollywood.
Mhm.
And I think I would have to go DJ Moore here. I don't know.
He
Palmer.
also says or Singletary.
Okay, that makes my life a lot easier. I'm going to go Hollywood and Singletary. How about y'all?
Same.
I'm trying to see what DJ Moore has been doing as of lately.
Not super hot, but I think he had one decent game last week in week 12.
He had a bye this past week. He had 20 points on the previous week, but then he was really quiet. Yeah, I just don't feel confident about him, unfortunately.
Well, guys, we have a lot of pressure on us because Rave just said I am on a 3-win streak. So you guys are legends. Hey, it's what we do. We do all the research. You come in, ask us whatever questions you want, and I mean, I like doing this, right? I'm all about fantasy football, but I appreciate you, Rave. Honestly, do. I'm glad you found us, and I'm glad we found you. Thank you. Tony says, if it wasn't for the 2 extra names, I'm pretty sure I would have won. Honestly, I think so too, Tony. I think so too, and if I'm not mistaken, you're the one from TikTok, Gone Fishing with Tony, obviously, right? Because your logo is Gone Fishing. But honestly, appreciate your support on TikTok. It helps us out so much. And we will be doing another giveaway closer to when we get to 400 subs. 400 subs, we'll be doing our next giveaway. And I'm actually considering, just because you guys are so involved this month, I might be doing a giveaway of some merch. I might be giving away an NSP cap. So it'll be a nice little cap edition. It says NSP on it. It's our merch, which we don't have a merch store, but I want to get our stuff out there. So let me know if you guys will be interested in something like that, whether an NSP cap, some stickers, a shirt, something of the sorts. Y'all let me know.
Okay.
It says, do an NFL trading card giveaway. So what you guys don't know, and it honestly is going to hurt you guys a little bit more, is that whenever we do these giveaways, I pack the hell out of that box. Okay. So I put in keychains, I put in stickers of NSP, and sometimes I might put in a nice little rare card or 2 just for you guys. So I pack this box to the brim, okay, because I want you all to be like, oh damn, NSP has some great giveaways. I want to enter this every single time. So I put a lot of valuable stuff in there, and this is all from my personal collection. I might even consider putting my handsome Trey Lance card for there.
Oh my
yeah, and yes, I do have these cards up and ready to go. That's just me. Here, one of you guys want to take this question?
Rave says Kirk, Henry, White, Cooper, Godwin, Hollywood, Singletary, Bass, and Cowboys D. This roster is pretty crappy, but as long as I make playoffs, I'm happy. That's a pretty good lineup. The Cowboys defense got you a lot of points recently. Cooper, Godwin. Oh, and he has Andrews also. Yeah, dude, you're stacked. Henry. Yeah, you have a really good lineup going into the playoffs.
Yeah,
I like this.
My only hope is that Cooper can keep at it, especially with Deshaun Watson there as the quarterback. I have Cooper as well, so I'm hoping that some connection is there.
Damn, and this is a make or break week for him, and he just won last night due to the Monday Night Football game. Congratulations! Yeah, we're excited for you. Hopefully you get it going. I know all of us, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people say this on YouTube whenever they're live, but I hope you win. And I know these guys hope you win too. We're going to be rooting for you this weekend. You could catch us live, not live, but on our Discord. Message us, ask us whatever questions. We got your back no matter what. Oh, wow. And this is his first year doing fantasy?
Wow.
Wow.
My first year was horrible. I picked up all 49ers players. My first round pick was Frank Gore, and my
That's a
second
good pick.
round was the 49ers defense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's so,
I'll say,
so-
all right, you're doing well.
They,
Yeah,
they didn't they didn't give you any tips.
no, it was Muhammad's league.
Mm,
So
yeah.
you know how they are.
My first draft was I did it with my older brother, so he helped me out.
Nice. Yeah, let us know about your first fantasy football year experiences. Love to hear about that. When did you start? Is this your first year? Did you start last year, a couple years ago? That would be very cool to hear. But so far it's been a good stream. We haven't had too many different comments, but we've had some consistency. Reed, do you have anything to say for these guys?
Not too much. Just stay tuned to all of our stuff. Tomorrow will be our my Packer video that I'm going to be doing a recap matchup against the Bears that the Packers just had and took on the leading record for the most wins ever in the NFL. So we're now the greatest team ever in the NFL. So Ray says, is Akers a good streaming option? Aaron Jones, Monty, and Gibson. Buy.
They're on bye.
Oh, all these are buys. Akers, AJ talked about him at the beginning of the episode, so he's going to give you stats from that, but he's not excited about it. But honestly, he might be a good option for you. I think you should keep your glasses like that. You look pretty smart.
So we talked about this earlier in this podcast. I know you joined a little bit later, but Cam Akers have here. I'm not very high on any running back that you have for the Rams just because the Rams suck. But with them having no offense and Matthew Stafford being out for the whole season, Cam Akers can be a reliable option. For the past 3 weeks, he's been getting the majority of the carries. I don't care what people say, aka Vincent, about Kyron Williams. Last week, you saw Cam Akers take 17 carries with multiple touchdowns. Now, I can see this going forward. Cam Akers is a solidified running back for second down back, right? So he will be out there and getting the opportunity to go out there and score points. Now, here's the dinger. He is going up against the Broncos, which can be a little difficult, but in that offense, you don't have a lot of options, right? So I think Cam Akers is a good streaming running back for you, especially this week with a whole bunch of teams on bye. And that's been AJ's analysis.
Wow, incredible.
Thank you.
Liam says, my first year I got second. My team was Russ, Tyreek, Ridley, Zeke, Robinson, Jonnu Smith, Sanders, and JJ on the bench 2 years ago. 2 years ago, that's a pretty dang solid team right there. That's a very solid team.
I wonder if he means Emmanuel Sanders and not Miles Sanders. That'll be freaking awesome. The blast from the past. Am I right? Calvin Ridley, that's awesome. Zeke was at his prime at that point for fantasy. This is blast from the past. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'd love to hear everyone else's. Rave says the rest of the waivers RBs are pretty bad. Yeah, Cam Akers probably going to be the best one out there, and he's already owned in 49% of leagues. So if you have him available in your fantasy waivers, consider yourself pretty lucky. Pick him up. He's a good stash player for the rest of the season. He has a great, and I mean a great playoff schedule. Geno Smith or Tua Tagovailoa? Ooh.
Who are their opponents this week?
Well, the Seahawks are going up against the
Panthers.
The Panthers, and the Dolphins are going up against I thought it was the Jets. Chargers. I'm all over the place here. Tua is coming off his worst game so far this season, and trust me, it is bad. It is easy for him to find a lot of upside fantasy-wise with the great wide receivers he has with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, but you got to remember the Chargers. They got a decent defense, middle of the pack type players, but Geno finds the end zone a lot. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck here. Reed, what do you think?
As far as stats wise, this isn't fantasy wise. As far as stats wise, Geno Smith has been a top 5 quarterback this year, and that's a crazy stat that none of us thought we were going to be saying going into this year. I like riding with Geno Smith. I think he can put up a lot of points against the Panthers. So, in my opinion, I'm going to go Geno Smith.
I can see that. I can respect either or. I don't think Tua is going to have a bad game again, but either or, you're going to be fine, Ray. Don't worry about it. I can't even say that. This is a make or break week for him. Hate doing it. It's prime time. I don't think they're going to be running the ball. I don't know. You could choose either or. Like I said, if it was me personally, I think I'll go Tua, but that could be a little biased.
I'm gonna stick with Gino.
Oh, it says it's another league. Okay, so good for you, Rafe. Liam says went 10-3 as first seed. Nice, my
with
man.
That lineup. That's good. That's good.
Jeez, that's good. It's better than mine. It's like, but I don't know. Hopefully, do you guys have any other questions? If not, then we'll probably end the stream. I do want to let you all know we are trying something new. Rave joined us late last time, but on Sundays we are doing live play-by-play game action. So this next upcoming Sunday, you have the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers, which Liam, I do believe you are a Chargers fan. So we will be covering that game play-by-play live, so you could join us, talk about the game, talk trash, just make some bets together. I'll do some with you, but if you're of age, of course, right? If you're of age, but I made that mistake already. Not gonna do that again. Yeah, I'm learning from my mistakes, but yeah, if you guys want to. Ray says I'm 10-3 RN in this trophy league, so it don't mean much, but I get bragging rights. For me, I think trophy is bigger than money. I like trophies a lot more because that's something you could keep. You can hold on to your room and always have that memories. I like memorabilia. As far as money, that's something that just comes and goes. It doesn't mean much. But Liam, yes, sir. Thank you. Like I said earlier, thank you, Liam. Thank you, Ray, for so much for supporting us all this time. Appreciate you. Reed, you have anything else?
No, sir.
Awesome. So I guess this is the point where we will end this stream. So thank you all so much for joining us here live. Catch Reed tomorrow for his Packer talk. Vince just joined. Do you have anything else, Vince? Nope. You just joined to say no. Like I said, Rave, we appreciate you guys. So thank you all so much. And until next time, or if you have any other fantasy questions, hit us up on Discord or in the comment section of this video. We will answer every single one of y'all. And until next time, keep on grinding.